Welcome to Call of the Wild.
Hey everyone, this is Monstercat's weekly radio show connecting you with some of your favorite artists.
Hey everyone, this is Kill Paris.
Hey guys, this is Conroe.
What's up guys, DNMO here.
And of course, a place where individuals like yourselves can take part in a global family.
Hey yo, this is Logan from Australia.
I'd like to shout out everyone who listens to Monstercat and remind you that you're awesome.
So glad I'm here.
So get yourself ready for an hour of fresh music, and it all starts right now.
With nothing to hold us back, these are the songs of the wild.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Monstercat's Call of the Wild. This has been a full month of Takeover, starting a couple weeks ago, where we had last year's mix contest winner, Baldy, open up the year. Then it brought us into a takeover from Wales, and of course, how can we forget last week's Best of Darlington 2022 takeover, a 3-hour marathon event. Amazing. Now, to wrap up this memorable month, we have a totally different special for you today. And I believe it is the first time we've ever done this. It is our first ever Monstercat Cook of the Wild. What is that? Well, I have someone on air to tell you exactly what it is. So enjoy, and I'll catch you in a bit.
Hi guys, my name is DNMO, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be hosting this very special episode of Monstercat's Call of the Wild. Or should I say, Cook of the Wild? Because that's right, we are in fact taking over, making dinner tonight, and I'm going to be talking you through some of my favorite Monstercat records that I've been listening to lately, as well as telling you about my very own new song coming out on Monstercat January 23rd. But more on that later. For now, let's get into this. Let's make some food. Today we're going to be making a fresh pesto with trophy pasta. It's very, very good. And we're also going to be grilling some chicken breast to serve with it, and some homemade garlic bread. It's going to be delicious. It's one of my favorite things to cook. It has been since I was a kid. So I thought, what better of a dish to introduce myself to you than something I grew up eating?
Oh, we cannot face the open road. We'll always wind away. We're learning to accept what we can change, the story of our lives. We read between the lines.
things first, I have just made this garlic confit, and essentially, oh my god, it's leaking. Essentially, a garlic confit is about 3-4 bulbs of garlic covered in olive oil, and then it's just slow cooked in the oven for about 2 hours until it's just super lightly browned and just super spreadable, just like butter. It is unreal. I'm going to be using that to make a homemade garlic bread, and it's going to be divine. The first tune I wanted to play is Going Quantum and Hayve, Double Tap. It's an absolute drum and bass banger. Shout out to Hayve, those guys are my boys. We made a song on my last EP called Bright Lights. Those guys are incredible.
What you know about
and we're just gonna blanch this for 10 seconds in boiling water. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna stop it from oxidizing when we make the pesto, and this will basically ensure we have a really nice, bright, fresh looking color to the pesto. So we're gonna plunge this in some boiling water and then straight into an ice bath. Boom. Boom. And we just strain that off. And straight into the ice bath.
In a web of love and lies, as you string me along, and I can't breathe, I can't see. I'm losing sight of everything. I feel the walls closing in, and we're falling apart. Oh, I just wanna be free, I just wanna be free. Think I'm falling apart. Oh, I just wanna be free, free. Watch my life pass me by, never knowing where I belong. In a web of love and lies, as you string me along, and I can't breathe, I can't see. I'm losing sight of everything. I feel the walls closing in, closing in. I feel I'm falling apart. I feel I'm falling apart.
Next, we have a beautiful song from a very beautiful person, Akylla, Someday. Akylla is one of my favorite people on this entire earth. She is truly one of the most talented artists there is. So big love to her on that one. So we've just done a rough blitz on the basil, and now we're going to go in with some toasted pine nuts and just give that a little while as well. We're also going to go in with some fresh Parmesan cheese. Always get it with a rind, so you know it's real. Going to go in our chopped garlic, some extra virgin olive oil. Fresh pesto is done, and that goes into the fridge while we prep everything else. Next up, we're going to make our herb butter for the garlic bread. That's going to be with fresh rosemary, some parsley, and confit garlic from earlier. Okay, so our garlic herb butter is done. Now, before we move on to the chicken, let's talk about Koven Industrial Strain. What a tune, okay? The EP they just did is madness, and that was the one that really stood out to me. Shout out to Koven, that tune is phenomenal. So we got our chicken breasts here that have been liberally seasoned with salt and pepper. Oil. Nice and golden brown. A spoonful of that herb butter. Another sprig of rosemary. Gonna dump that in there. Our chicken is nicely browned and we're just gonna place that into the oven. So the chicken is done and we've got these beautiful little charred bits on there. A nice deep caramelization, and that's gonna be so much flavor. While the chicken comes up to temperature, before we move on to everything else, let's just slow things down a little bit and listen to Labyrinth by Direct and Essenger.
Faint lights in the distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fall, head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend in your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend in your labyrinth.
So the pasta is cooking. Now let's quickly talk about Annix and Maksim MC Droids. What a banger. Okay, I heard this one a couple months ago. I was deep diving for some new music for my sets and I heard this one and I'm obsessed. I've been playing this one out for the last month or two. It doubles so well with Urban Dawn come together. I just, big tune. Big up Annix, big up Maksim, massive tune.
A population of droids, fast unrelated, not debating their ploys. Sat back, taking what you're made to enjoy is in fact taking you straight to the void. You're a slave to the joys. Instead of making some noise, you've been sat waiting back for the day it deploys. It's too late to avoid. It's all fake, minds are glazed. We're a population of droids. Minds are glazed, see how we all just phase into droids. Droids. It's all fake, it's all fake. Droids.
Okay, so we got our sliced ciabatta bread. It's a beautiful Italian bread. And we're gonna take our herb butter and we're just gonna slather it on. We're just gonna spread that all across and be generous with it. Then we're gonna hit it with some Parmesan cheese to finish and let that crisp up in the oven.
System overload. Stabilizing. 30%. Stabilizing. 60%. Stabilizing. 80%. System malfunction.
Up next, we've got Purple by AK and Liam Thomas. What a beautiful tune by those lads. Real top notch. Found that the other day, scrolling through. Beautiful, powerful, real nice mellow vibes. Perfect for eating some creamy pesto. pasta is done. Most important step, save the pasta water. It's the tears of the gods. Also, we've got our garlic bread, nice and toasted. Look at that, nice and crispy. Pasta is done. Now in with our pesto. We're gonna add some pasta water into this. Boom. Fresh pesto pasta. So we're just going to slice against the grain on our chicken. I'm going to take our garlic bread and just a little bit of pepper. Cheers guys, bon appetit. You know what, that bangs almost as hard as my new song, Together, January 23rd on Monstercat. kitchen is clean, and that is a wrap. Thank you for tuning in to my very special episode of Cook of the Wild with myself, Denmo. You can find me on all social media at I am Denmo, and be sure to look out for my brand new song Together, out January 23rd on Monstercat. I cannot wait for you to hear it. I'm going to go into my food coma now. Until next time, guys, peace.
Well, thank you, Denmo, for our first edition of Cook of the Wild. Always unexpected on the show, and I wonder what we're going to do next. Now we have room to drop a few records before we end the hour, so let's catch up on some new beats. First up, this is SKYLER with a big exclusive coming out on Uncaged, then hang tight. We have our gold feature of the week by Whipped Cream, Jasiah, and Crimson Child. So, catch you in a bit. Let's get it. And that wraps up our time together this week. Thank you all for listening and supporting the show. What an amazing first time ever of Cook of the Wild. I really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can do that again. So thank you, Denmo. Also, thank you, Whipped Cream, Jasiah, and Crimson Child, as well as SKYLER and all the artists shared in the hour. So we will catch you back here, same time, same place next week. But until then, later days.
Your lips, your touch, your eyes are danger. I can't see the safer side. The dark, the depths, the endless abyss. I'm with you, I fall inside. The night, I fall inside. The night, I fall inside. The night, your lips, your touch, your eyes are danger. I can see the safer side. The dark, the depths, the endless abyss. I'm with you, I fall inside. I feel like I'm falling within myself. You had me going through all this hell. Always hurt, never your eyes are danger. I can't see the safer side. The dark, the depths, the endless abyss. I'm with you, I fall inside. Your lips, your touch, your eyes are danger.